Welcome back, and now we're into the H's with Hades is where we're going to be beginning. Now Hades is a Guardian. He has Guardian stats. He has abilities that can put him into the Guardian role. However, it's not very often you see him there because his burst damage is a lot like a mage, and it can be played a lot like a mage as well. In this game, we're going to see Hades played in the solo lane. Now, I may not be the best solo laner in the world. I'm just going to let you know now. Their team composition looks a bit crazy too, so I might be against a Goobis or a Kronos. We'll find out shortly. But basically, what you look at. Is it a Goobis or a Kronos, or is it a Goobis jungle Kronos solo? That's what I'm expecting. I hope that's the case anyway. So Hades, what he does have is fantastic wave clear, great sustain, good kill potential, and he doesn't really lose lane. I'm saying that now because it's true, but I'm playing him, so this may mean he will lose lane. We'll find out going forward whether we do lose the lane of this one or not. I'm not sure if we do. We'll find out. I'm actually going to go super safe because I don't play much Hades. But Hades is still Hades. We'll see how this plays out. So, we can talk through his abilities while we're waiting for the minions to spawn and things. First of all, his Blight. Hades' normal staff attacks, my auto attacks, as you can see. Whoop. They apply Blight. And this debuff stays on the target and can be refreshed if any enemy is afflicted by Blight. Each of Hades' other powers have additional effects. So, the passive empowers our other abilities to do things. Let's look at the first one. Death from below. You dive under the ground, and you appear at your target location. You slow enemies in that area, and it scales, so you actually get more slow the more you put points into this, and the slow lasts for 2 seconds. It's decent damage, and the cooldown stays the same. This is your escape or engage ability at the same time, to be able to close the gap and deal damage. Your second ability is Shroud of Darkness. All this is a cone silence. Now this silence causes the enemy team to not be able to cast abilities, obviously, but if they've been blighted, they will also be feared, which means they'll run in a random direction as well. They won't necessarily just be silenced, they will also run around a little bit and not be able to stay still. So if you think about Xbalanque ultimate, at the same time as you fear them, they're going to run at the end of it. It's going to cause them issues. Third ability is Devour Souls. Now this is his wave clear for the most part. He AoEs around him in place. And this AoE causes all the minions to take damage. If they've been blighted, you will also heal off them. And you'll be maxing this ability first. It also heals teammates around you as well. And you'll see me trying to blight all these targets here in a second. And then you see me do it now. And you notice how I've healed her all the way back up on that Bastet with my 3. It sustained her all the way back up with health. Any teammates nearby will also get healed from that. So you're looking to use your Blight for sustain purposes. It heals you as well as your teammates. But you've got to make sure you've got Blight on for it to really be effective. We clear the wave, and we want to be using auto attacks here. For the most part, I think I'm against... No, I'm against a Kronos. Okay. So using auto attacks for the time being. But our wave clear is very, very strong, and when I want to, we can just go in and clear immediately. Put the pressure back on him. It looks like my cat lady wants to disappear though. Got to juke out this leap as he try and continue going aggressive, but they're eating a lot of poke. I'm fine for the time being. I pop my health potion, so I'm just going to go back to auto attacking again. I can wave clear in a second, as shown in example 1. And put the pressure back on. A couple of auto attacks will allow me to get a little bit more control in this lane, but I'm just trying to put the pressure on and sustain myself back up at the same time. So this lane's pretty much a farm lane, but you can't really lose the lane is the issue with Hades. He's very, very strong at wave clearing. You'll see me just abuse this now in a second. Notice how I can wave the clear in full, and Kronos is now going to play pretty safe in this lane. Now I've put points of a fear, now you can see the range of that fear. Look at the cone around it. It causes a lot of problems for him. Just going to poke him a little bit under the tower. Make sure you use your in-hands to better effect. Oh, attacks do a lot of damage in the early game as a mage. People underestimate them. Don't you underestimate them. Ooh, ice cream. So, as the ice cream truck's coming in, we're just going to continue clearing the wave. I missed blighting those creeps, which is unfortunate. I actually missed my silence too, which is unfortunate, but I'm still going to clear the wave out before he can do anything about it. Auto attacks if we can. Put the pressure on, and now we're going to talk about our ultimate, because this is going to come up again. This is be available in a second. It's called Pillars of Agony. What you do is you stand still in an area, and you gain protections as you do this, and debuff their protections. It sucks them into you, and deals damage as it does so. So people that don't have natural escapes have a lot of issues against this. Oh, I've got to learn to play Hades more. I'm really bad at this. I should have cleared that wave properly, I didn't. He's going to get a little bit of wave clear on me, but I'm not really worried. I'm not going to lose any creeps here, so it's not a problem. You can see how easily sustainable you are in this lane as well. Like if I'm really worried, I can just walk up in 3 and heal myself back up once again. You don't consume too much mana either. So you've always got kill potential for the most part. I'm not worried about pushing him right now. I can just heal off these in a second if I need to.
Enemy missing right.
Be right back.
Should have hit him with a blight first of all before I actually used the silence on. So he would have been feared and potentially pushed himself into the tower.
What a shame. Your middle tower is under attack. Enemy missing middle. Enemies have returned to base.
So I should be looking good to go back to base soon. I'm just going to clear this next wave and go back. I could have abused this lane a little bit more than I did. I pretty much played it passively because I was busy talking to you guys about what his abilities really do. And I don't play him that much myself. I played around with him a little bit, but not in this role.
On my way.
Always trying to bully me, really. I'm still a Hades after all. Unless I misplay it, this would be embarrassing.
Thank you. Bye.
And there's a full wave clear for you. That's what happens when you actually do things properly. You can look to go back. Well, you get the opportunity to, so I'm quickly just going to buy a couple of little bits and pieces for myself. Get myself back to the lane. Now, the strength of a Hades is he doesn't necessarily have kill potential every single target he's against in the lane, but he doesn't really lose lane. His mid game is very strong. He can force a lot of people to burn ultimates to get away from his ultimate, but a lot of people can leap away from it as well. It can be leapt out of or dashed out of, so you've got to be a little bit careful there. So I'm going to leap on the wall here so I can get experience before he drops it down here. I'll heal him before he goes, hopefully. And the heal is very short range, so you've got to be very up close and personal to really heal your teammates with it. Your team have to rely on that as well. I'm going to be putting places to my 1 next. I ate a lot of poke for free of them. That's fine. He's still a Chronos. Still going to farm. And heal back up once again. So my wave's pushed in. I'm just going to look for a rotation now. Going to be a little bit careful against ultimate abilities that can cause you a lot of problems, such as Krakens and things. We can keep farming up for the most part. Kronos is staying over in that lane, so I'm going to rotate back. I just wait to push in mid again and deny some experience there. I'll be back in lane to soak this wave. I'm not going to lose anything from it either. He's going to try and poke down my tower, but I'm going to be back in time.
Retreat. Blast it all. Retreat. Save yourself. Save yourself.
Yes.
I'm returning to base.
That's too bad.
See with my poke potential. Can keep putting the pressure on him. And when it gets to Kronos as well, you're likely to poke him down and not 100 to 0 him because he'll just rewind away, so these pokes are good at the moment. And there's a rewind coming out from him. I actually missed that. We're both in a pretty bad predicament here. If he goes for the kill, I'm going to kill him. And heal up again. And you can see that he's really under pressure here. I'm just going to fear away that Anhur before he can really do anything to me. Auto attack and fear, and everything was fine. I'm in a pretty safe position right now, still as Hades. I could potentially go in for the kill here. I'm basically baiting him. I'm not actually going to go in for the kill there. I was tempted to, but it's just not worthwhile. I'm just going to fake. I'm going in for the kill. Instead, I'll go aggressive. Now, your combo that you want to be doing is when this Anhur comes into wave and he goes for an Impale, is 1, apply Blight with your 1, and then 2 him, and then 3 him for the damage. But I'm not going to this time. I'm just going to look to go back to base. And continue getting my items online, so my Warlock Slash should be finished now. And we're in a pretty safe position. So far, so good. Everything's got okay in the lane. Not really got a kill. But the sort of combo you're looking to do to really kill someone and to make sure they can't escape is 1, make sure it hits them so you get the blight applied, 2, to fear them, then 3, to detonate the blight and deal damage. And then if you've still got the opportunity, you can ult. Unfortunately, he's going to eat a crack into the face, and that's going to be the end of him. But now I'm stacking my Warlock Slash, I'm going to be very tanky as a frontline god. Good news is he just used his 2 to poke me, which is fine, because now I can poke him back in a second. Oh, that actually hit me. Didn't think it hit me. Well, my wave clear, like I said, still really strong. You're going to be maxing your 1 second. I could get wall coverage, but I'm not going to. I'm going to see if I can bait him around a corner here.
Be careful. Enemy missing middle.
I might have a ward here, actually. I think he does. But he's spotting me as I'm doing this. Didn't really do a good combo there, but it's fine.
Champion. Thanks.
Attack.
Enemy missing middle. Enemies have returned to base.
Gonna go and drop a blue buff. Actually, no, I'll wait one more wave. I can potentially steal away his blue if he wants to come and contest it. He might have a ward here still. I'm not sure if he does. He's looking at me.
Take this jungle. On my way. Let's go.
I actually healed preemptively there because I realised he was going to go for a burst on me. I'll take a little bit of poke. Just go wait for some cooldowns. And I'll be fine again in 1 second. Or will I? No, I won't because I didn't manage to get anything off. I should have autoed and 3'd straight away. Lack of wall coverage caused me an issue. A gank from Anhur. Surprisingly, the king of the jungle. Going to be ganking me down. I'll buy wards this time. That was disrespect, honestly, from me to not buy wards and clear it out. I've not really had much help from a jungler this game, but that's okay. It happens.
Your middle tower.
I'm not worried about that play. I'm just looking more for being able to farm.
Retreat. Save yourself.
See if we can get ourselves back to this left-hand side. Zeus is here though, but
Has been slain.
we're losing buffs in the jungle.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So he's very, very safe in lane, his Hades. He's got good sustain. Oh, he's got good sustain. He's got good wave clear as well. He doesn't necessarily need the blue buff. If he loses it, it's going to be okay.
I'll defend middle lane.
You want to be using your auto attacks a little bit more than I probably am as well. I'm not landing my combo as effectively as I could be. That's a much better trade from us.
Thank you.
Retreat left lane.
And we've got a gank coming in once again. Hot and tasty rotations.
Enemy missing middle.
Hot and tasty rotations. Just gonna pull him in with my ultimate there just so he can't escape. And we pick up a kill for free. Not too much to really talk about there. Don't mind taking a little bit of poke here. I'm just going to keep the blight on them. And 3! And heal back to full again. I did miss a creep at the tower there, but it's fine. Just going to ward on this side now as the team wants to be rotating for me all the time.
You're electric. Nice job.
Waves cleared. We can look at their jungle now, see if anything's available. It's not, which is unfortunate. We're just going to quickly go back to base here and abuse this moment to base quickly. My boot wise depends, but I think I might just go for shoot to focus for cooldown reduction. Why not? And I'm actually going to get beads as well, so I can stop getting hit by this time stop that keeps coming out and hitting me. Or time rift. I always forget the name of the ability on Chronos. I don't know why. It just don't seem enough to remember it.
Okay.
Still stacking my Warlock Slash up though. I might lose my tower here, unfortunately, because I took so long in the base, which is unfortunate.
Ultimate is down.
He's used everything on me, which is fine. He's going to have to use his ultimate soon, or he's going to die. And when he does, position ourselves in position to land the ultimate and keep him pinned in place so he can't escape. He has the beads to get away. Unfortunately, Bastard doesn't have anything else to really follow up with this right now, so he's going to get away for the time being. Unless Bastard goes really ham, I'm not going to go that ham though, love. I don't like that call from you at all, so he's going to get stunned out. Not going to find the auto attack. I don't know why she went overly aggressive like that. I'm in a bit of trouble here. I need to juke out an ability or two. I'm hoping he keeps going aggressive on me. Throw him away. He might get a rotation coming in from their team now, so I've got to be a little bit more careful. I juked out the driving strike, which is important.
Enemy missing middle.
Still got avoid abilities. I did be missing real Ridley Zeus. I'm not sure about that. If you play well, you can always turn things around. You can always turn things around, so a 2v1 becomes a 1v1 death. I'm okay with that. Not so bad. It could have been better, but we still got a kill out of it. Killed ourselves a Poseidon. Juke boots. It's not part of the god. It's just part of the game.
Be careful, left behind us. 3. Attack middle lane.
So it continues to stack up. Obviously my stack should be a little bit higher than this, but I've been fighting so much at the moment. The rotations coming in from that team have caused a few issues as well. My team composition as a whole isn't great this game either, so it's not always going to be the easiest games in the world. We're still not out of it though. We'll see how this one goes as time goes on. The problem is Hades in late game. He can deal decent damage, but he's kind of a one-trick pony. Go in, deal a burst, fear someone.
Gold Fury.
I'm going to rotate here and support the Gold Fury defense. I'm not sure if we can, because nobody else is really here. Is that Gold Fury down yet? Looks like he's going to be down.
An enemy.
Oh, Gold Fury's still alive. This is
Nice
good.
job.
Now the Gold Fury goes down potentially.
Cerberus needs a new toy.
The silence in mid here. I can try and gank him.
Ultimate is ready.
Attack.
Cancel that. Take middle lane. Ultimate
Good chain. This is going to force out his ultimate, which means he's going to run around to around here. And then we're going to... You get to beats that as well, unfortunately. Perk's here. Perk's going aggressive for my boy. Pick up a kill there.
Thank you. I'm returning to base.
You can see why Hades can be played as support in this game. I'm being very supportive and protecting my teammates for the most part. He's got a good sustain kit, he's got good damage potential, he's got a good CC with his one as well, sorry, with his Shroud of Darkness for the silence and the fear. The silence is good to stop them using abilities, but the fear is even better to making sure they can't cast any abilities in the first place.
Retreat.
Trying to make sure I get the last hits here. Don't think I got that one either. Boo. So bring down the tower while I've got chance.
Enemies incoming. Enemies incoming.
Okay, thank you.
Be careful, left lane. On my way.
I'm pretty much dead here as they've all rotated over. I didn't look at my minimap then. That's probably why I died. I think they just rotated through here. And my team didn't respond until I was already dead. It appears the reaction times are a little bit slow with this game. It's not their fault. It's just the way games are sometimes. Maybe they can clean up though. They're going to have some auto attacks. Let's go, boys. The dream. +3. 3 would be good here. There we go. Yay. And a nice bleed. So they do clean up. And they might be able to get that tower too as well, which would be nice. There we go. Good work, boys. I'm going to go back and get Shield of the Underworld now. Shield of the Underworld, it's an active. Actives change. Not necessarily this is the build for you. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go for this build. How did they get that tier 2 tower left as well? That's really unfortunate. I don't know how they managed to do that. Surprised. As long as you get to the sort of stage of the game where you're looking at team fights, you can see during the team fights if I'm in them, which I will be soon, I promise. In the team fights, you'll be looking to try and be a front line for your team, engage for them. Then you can peel for the most part after that, like looking after Zeus and the other squishies at the back line, like Rama as well.
Your right tower is under attack. An ally has been slain. Retreat, left lane. Enemies incoming.
Our Walker is a little bit slack as well.
Be careful, right. An enemy has been slain. Nice job. Nice job.
Unfortunately, Zeus didn't want to come with us then, so
Thank you.
we have to back up for the time being.
Falling back. Sorry.
That was a bit of a misplay for me, honestly, in the mid lane. I was kind of overplaying my hand of what I could actually do. It was a 3v2 scenario. I put my Shield of the Underworld, got impaled into a wall. It was a bit of a bad play, honestly. Used my beads earlier on in the engagement, which wasn't the best idea either. So, I will make mistakes on these gods, as you've already seen in probably the other rated as if you ever look through them, but you can kind of see the playstyle of the god. I'm not necessarily going to be masterful at all of them, and I don't play all the roles to a decent high level that you'll see in competitive action, that's for sure. And I don't have most of these mastered past 1 or 2, so not too much action being put into them. I think I might actually go Breastplate of Valley here as well. I don't really want to, but need the actual physical protection against the Anhur that's kind of big, honestly. I'm surprised he's big. I'll get it for the cooldown reduction too, which will never going to hurt either.
Yes. Okay. Attack the Gold Fury. Cancel that. Ward the Gold Fury.
Maybe I can get a blue buff though. Maybe I can get a blue buff. Doesn't look like Bastet wants to go towards the blue buff. That's cool. Pick it up, that would be good.
Defend the Gold Fury.
And that was me using my Fierce Silence, which stops him from using his ultimate away. I used my auto attack to make sure I could proc it and timed my fear correctly to make sure there was nothing they could do about it.
Attack the Gold Fury.
We can look for the Gold Fury here. I'm just on zoning duty here for the most part.
You're electric. Attack Fire Giant. Fire Giant. Ultimate is ready. No. Attack Fire Giant.
Now we could do Fire Giant here, but my team don't want to for some reason. I'm not sure why. I could sustain them all back up in one creep wave. This is the benefit of having a Hades. In a competitive game, you'll see a Hades jump in like that and heal himself back up, and his teammates will wait with him too. Heal them all back up to full and cause an issue. The only problem is that his one now does so much damage that you can clear the wave pretty effectively very, very quickly, so gotta be careful how much you do. My armor wasn't the best. I was being greedy. I was trying to catch Poseidon, Hercules, and Anher inside it. I didn't manage to catch really any of them, which is unfortunate.
On my way.
I'm actually going to go down there by bad misplay from me, honestly. A bad mistake from me. I should have been in that position. And I dropped down from being an idiot more than anything else. I did see the Poseidon rotating in. I should have seen Poseidon rotating in, but I didn't. And that lets me down. Overextended, gets yourself killed.
Hermes cat.
Retreat!
Point to note as well is that all your other abilities do apply Blight. 1 applies Blight, your 2 applies your passive as well, as does your 3 detonates Blight and consumes it to heal yourself up. And then the ultimate obviously does that for you. But if you use your 2 with the Shroud of Darkness and then hit the creep wave with Devour Souls, you'll be able to heal off them. I'm just using the combo wrong, honestly. I don't play him that much. Someone advised me to just add that in there and I did do so. So you can just use Fear and then use your 3 to clear the wave out, heal yourself back up. You don't consume your escape then as well.
You're welcome.
Left leg.
Nice job.
So my team's going aggressive in mid here. I probably could have done with some magical protection a little bit, I guess, in this game. We need to fight this here. I'm in a lot of trouble here. I need to just disengage. Luckily, I had Shield of the Underworld up though, so... You miss my Devour Souls then.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I'm going to be able to heal up in the jungle, so I don't need to go back to base here. I'm just going to quickly go 1, 2...
Middle lane.
Just trying to heal up while Rama decides to
Tower is under attack.
play my creeps for me, which doesn't really help. You can use the dive to get away from bad situations like that as well. And turn a fight around as well with your Fear. Notice how my Fear Silence stops him from doing anything. Get another kill. They're going to look for me here, so I've got to juke abilities as long as I can. Can go back into this engagement now. And turn the fight around once again. I'm quickly going to base because I'm very, very low here. I did everything I needed to do in that engagement for the most part. Survived, dealt damage, turned the fight around as well.
Be careful.
So that Fear onto Hercules stopped him using his driving strike on me, which was the important thing. It wasn't necessarily the Fear, it could have been a silence, I wasn't sure which one it was. But that was the important part of that for survivability. We're going to get the Fire Giant now. We've turned this game around pretty well considering we're down on gold and towers at the moment. We have a pretty good team fight team in the late game, for the most part. I'm just going to turn more into surviving and being an annoyance, really. Get some deep wards down now.
Attack middle
Seek
lane.
out the weaker souls.
Be careful, middle. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower. Enemies incoming. Unstoppable.
You see what my game plan here is here for the most of the part is to zone and protect teams. Set teams up for the kills. Gives me aggro here. We can look to end the game. Hades in the solo lane. He can be played as a guardian. You can see like he still has a guardian sort of style, but the same as a warrior to an extent as well. He wants to tank this up for the most part as well here. Keeping himself up as my team deal damage to it. Don't want to die. That would be embarrassing. It's embarrassing. What a way to end the game. that is a little look at Hades. Wasn't the best game of my life you're going to see a Hades played as, but you can do a lot of good stuff with a Hades. He's very strong in lane, can always go even in every single lane he's against if he just looks to play safe and farm up. Good luck in your Hades games if you want to practice him. Can be running support, but it's not very easy, and there's better choices. Better choices.